Hi, I'm Ron Nutter. Welcome to another edition of Tech Bites with Ron Nutter. And this time I'm going to show you how to get even better use out of the Roav VIVA. And that starts now. It's been a few weeks, actually, probably a little bit longer than that, since I've put out an update on the Roav VIVA, and they keep getting it better and better. Now, one of the first things I ran into was how to best use it in the vehicle, because let's face it, as you're driving along, you don't want to be holding your phone up here or trying to listen to it while it's giving you directions. And of course, now I've got mine linked on Bluetooth. I've got a vehicle that's set up for that. But I found a good way, and this, of course, is my Samsung S9 Plus Galaxy. Now, that's the one that's pretty much become my daily driver, mostly because my iPhone's developed a problem and I'm trying to figure out if I'm going to have it fixed or just deal without one, because I'm not, for what Apple wants for an iPhone, I don't know that I've got one in my future. Unless, Apple, you want to send me one to look at, and then we can talk. But I found a nice mount for it. And let's shift over here. Now, this is one from iOttie, and I've got a video coming up here in just a bit, and you're going to see me probably mispronounce a little bit. My apologies to the folks at iOttie. It's a very versatile mount. This gives you kind of a little bit better view of it. They show the phone in portrait orientation with using Waze. I keep it pretty much in landscape. And I've learned over time that the shorter I keep this arm, the less bouncing it does as I'm driving along, even on a very smooth road. So it's taken a little bit of an adjustment, and it's worked out well. The other thing that you probably want to look at, let me scroll up here a little bit. It does come with one of these discs. Now, the one that comes with it is, I think I don't know if it's necessarily a permanent mount, but if you are using rental vehicles from time to time, you'll want to get a package of these, and for $6 for, I think it's a package of 3 of them or something like that. Even if it's only one, it's still well worth the money to have it. But let's take a look at that video, and then you can see what I'm talking about with the way I'm using the mount. Now, I want everybody to see the mount that I had come up with to have my smartphone in the vehicle. And this is one from iOttie. I got it on Amazon. You'll see some links in the bottom of the description. And once you've got your charging cable put in place, and trust me, you don't want to do this without the charging cable. Actually, we got to reset here just a little bit. You got to have that set like that, otherwise the phone doesn't want to come out or it won't go in properly. So you'll extend this clip all the way out, and I pushed the phone just against it, and as I put it back in, you saw that clipping action happen. And it's nice with where I've got it. I would suggest getting a piece of Velcro and coiling up the charging cable so that it's not in your way. But I picked the spot that I did for a reason, because you'll notice as we come out, it's not really getting into the line of sight. And there are some municipalities that get their hackles in an uproar. And let's get the, whoops, got it a little bit away from me. It was going for something that wasn't there. You can really not see the camera. You barely just see it, but it's not in the line of view from the driver's perspective. And but yet it's very doable. So we'll swing the camera around here just a little bit, and you can see from the other side, I've got it setting right on the surface of in front of the multi-display, and this really does a much better job than what I got out of the multi-display, yet that's very doable. And as we come down here, you'll see where I've got my Roav VIVA. That's the one thing I would suggest, is getting a cable constrainment like a Velcro, or I don't ever use tie wraps in this kind of cabling, but that would definitely be a way to do it. Let's get okay, here we go. So that gives you an idea of what to look at. And And as you can see, it really does a very good job at that mount. And let's switch back over to that. And you can see from the way I had it now, this is with it pushed all the way back in. And when I first had it up there, I did have a problem that it was the phone was bouncing a little bit. But once I took care of that, then really it's been a very handy thing to have. And at least with the Samsung Galaxy S9 Plus, I mean, this is a very high resolution screen, and I get far more detail out of it than I did the iPhone. So I can really see a lot more roads at the normal operation perspective of it than I did with the iPhone. In terms of which phone to use, I was using both, initially an iPhone and then my Galaxy. And which phone you use is going to be very much dependent on what you have. But and it may be a generational difference with the phones, but I found I have less issues with the Roav app, butting heads with Alexa, and it just seems to work better on the Android phone. Now, maybe in the newer iPhone that has been fixed. Till I can afford one, who knows? But it simply has been a very good device. Now, something to think about too is your service plan. Now, if you're on a plan that doesn't have unlimited data, and there are some out there that do, by the time, usually on the drive to and from work, I'm using Waze, and I found Waze to be a very handy. In fact, I've quit using the standalone GPS I have, and Honda keeps sending me emails to update the one in the truck, and I refuse to pay $100 a year. Waze simply is better because of the crowdsourcing approach they have. I mean, I will know of an accident usually several miles out, if not more. And if it's a bad enough one where traffic really is congested, then it will start suggesting ways around it. And it took some trust me getting used to the way Waze was routing things. And sometimes it does route you in a rather strange way. But with the iOttie mount, this really keeps it at a very good angle, because then I can have it to where it's just kind of right at eye level. And then depending on the time of year, when, with the sun's coming in at certain angles, I can angle the screen to where it's pretty good. But I guess what I'm trying to get to is I'm deviating off a little bit. You need to really look at your service plan, because if you don't have unlimited data, for example, when I'm going into work 5 days a week and I'm running Waze, usually I've got some sort of audio podcast running, I can chew through 6-7 gigs worth of data easily. So depending on your plan, you may need to think about that. If you are not on a plan that has a high cap or you start paying overages, I do have a link in here to Straight Talk. It's the one I've been using for it's about 1.5 years now. And I'm still running on the same, well, my phone was set up for AT&T, so I'm still appear to be running on the same AT&T towers, but my bill is half. I'm like $45 a month, and you get so many points each month. You keep service, and then here in another few minutes, I'll get a free month out of the deal. $45 is a fair price. $100 for, I question how much value I got, but that's certainly an option if you're thinking about changing your service plan and are looking to possibly go to Straight Talk, and or looking to change your phone. They've can work with you on the pricing on this too, and I've been very pleased with it. So it's a handy phone to have. The Straight Talk service plan has been very useful. I'm checking my notes here while we're talking. I want to make sure I don't forget anything. So the iOttie, I'm having a hard time with it. iOttie Easy One Touch 4. I found this one after looking for some weeks, and it really is a very good mount. It's all plastic, but what isn't plastic anymore? I initially tried it with just the suction cup mount. As I mentioned in the video, I was trying not to have the camera in a line of sight situation, because some municipalities, and I think California is one of them, and there's some other areas that really get their shorts in a knot about, you know, your line of sight being affected. So I've got it just below my view of the windshield, but yet I can still see what's going on. And with the hands-free of Alexa being on there, and if it's something Alexa doesn't know how to open up, then I can talk to Bixby on here, and it picks up where Amazon Alexa doesn't with the Roav VIVA. So it's really a very good combination, and the service plan is not been one that I've had any problems with. So I would suggest getting some Velcro and tying up the charging cable, because you don't want that dangling all over the place. But other than that, I've been very happy with it. So that's where things stand at this point. Roav VIVA has been great. They've been doing updates about just seems like about 3 weeks, 3 to 4 weeks. And there were some issues where occasionally it would stop. Whatever was playing would stop and just quit for no reason. It's gotten better about handling that. And that seemed to happen whether I was on the iPhone or Android. And when you open up the Roav VIVA app, if there's an update, you'll see a little dot around the gear icon, and that's your indication of needing to do an update. It takes about 10 to 15 minutes roughly, if you're in a good LTE area, to download the patch and it applied. And what I've been able to do with the past several updates is, before I get the update actually running, because the downloading part's the quick part, it's the installation of it that can take a little bit of time, is I'll get Waze running, I'll maybe get some sort of podcast running I like to listen to, and then I'll get the update running and then switch back to listening to the podcast and have Waze running. And then when it gets to a point that it's got to redo the file system and reboot the Roav, I lose it for a few minutes at the point. Meanwhile, I'm already down the road some. I'm aware of traffic conditions, so it's been pretty straightforward. But other than that, the folks at Roav have been very good to work with. And for $50, you really can't go bad with the Roav VIVA. I have been, I've gotten very attached to it, for the lack of a better phrase. And as a part of a smart home solution, especially a smart home for travelers, you can't get any better than having Alexa in the vehicle, and you're not tied to using it on the phone. So if you're having to make a phone call, well, the Roav VIVA is still there functioning with Alexa. So you have the best of both worlds. So give it a try. If you're looking for a mount and haven't found one, take a look at the iOttie that I've mentioned. I've been very happy with it. And you get the extra disc if you're going to be using rental car some. And then give it a try. I think you'll be very happy with it. These are affiliate links I do have in here. So if you do buy something, I get a small commission out of it. It's not going to change your price at all. And like I said, I do get a small commission, so anything you do would be appreciated. If you haven't subscribed to this channel so far, please consider doing so. I'd really appreciate it. If you can give me a thumbs up in the video, that's even better. If you'd like to get notified on when future videos are released, just click that bell notifications icon. I'm trying to do about 2 to 3 videos a week. And I've got a little surprise for you coming here in the next day or two involving the Kindle Fire HD8 in a surprising use. So I think you'll be very interested in how it plays into the smart home. And that's all I'm going to say for right now. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you